evening. In regard to the performance management motion, it appears there may be plans to use the MAP assessment to evaluate teachers in schools. I would like to raise some issues that the board may be interested in checking before investing too heavily in this plan. Many factors, including poverty, math books that widen the achievement gap, student mobility, lack of reading at home, English language learners, student health and absenteeism, the elimination of tutors and counselors and poor school leadership, impact student scores. How will you account for these factors before pinning too much importance on teachers? The MAP reportedly auto-regulates so that nearly half of the questions students encounter will be beyond their ability. Since the questions deliberately concentrate heavily on concepts students have not been exposed to or achieved, it is doubtful MAP is an achievement test. Indeed, teachers have been told repeatedly by our data coach that MAP is not an achievement test. In that case, it would be an inappropriate tool to measure teacher effectiveness. Teachers have been told that MAP is a formative assessment and that it is to be used to guide instruction. I have in my hand the MAP data for one single student in my second grade class. It contains 24 pages of goals. The first column has 318 objectives to reinforce with this student. The second column contains 340 more skills and concepts to develop with this child. And the third column has 320 more skills and concepts I am to introduce to her. With 28 students in a classroom, clearly this use of MAP simply does not pass the straight-face test. As you know, teachers are required to teach second grade standards to second graders. These MAP results often set goals far beyond second grade. I will close by reading some from this list, and you can judge for yourself whether these are appropriate goals for a second grade student who, according to classroom assessments, is already being sufficiently challenged by second grade standards. Adds fractions with like denominators with reducing or converting to mixed fraction. Adds decimals through the hundred thousandths place. Multiplies integers with unlike signs. Subtracts numbers with 5 digits or more with regrouping. Divides integers with unlike signs. Divides a 2-digit number or a 3-digit number by a 1-digit number with a remainder. Writes mixed numbers as improper fractions and improper fractions as mixed numbers. Applies algebraic methods to solve theoretical problems. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Bailey. Dan Dempsey, followed by Robert Femiamu and Dora Taylor.
Good evening, board members. Happy St. Patrick's Day to you all. I wanted to talk a little bit tonight about the grant that the city was giving to help our kids. Because I was talking with Casey Gwynn about it, and she said, yeah, we've got all these wonderful plans for what we do with the kids at the preschool level, and then they get up and we help them after school, and at 4th grade they've got this enormous achievement gap in math. And I said, well, that's probably because of the materials that they use. And she said, yes, that's probably it exactly. So your plan is to performance management the teachers when you give them lousy materials to work with. Now let's go a little bit further, because we have a classic example of this at Cleveland. Cleveland is a failing school because their math is really bad. And we can attribute that to 3 years of help from the University of Washington, because they put in massive amounts of money. You had a black student passing rate of 10%. Rainier Beach, on the other hand, didn't get help from the University of Washington, and their black student passing rate was 25%. Go figure. So now we're going to have performance management on the teachers, because the teachers can't make defective materials work. And the board keeps buying defective materials. I see a problem here. I hope you do. Thank you. And pardon me, I'm going to cede my time to Tom Leonard. The balance of my time goes to Tom Leonard.
Go ahead, Mr. Leonard.
Thank you. My name is Tom Leonard. In the interest of performance management and improving school board performance, I serve the school board with this writ, and also Superintendent Goodloe Johnson as representative of Seattle School District Number 1. These will be given to Pamela Oakes for distribution. Thank you.
Ms. Oakes is sitting right over there. We have Robert Femiamu, followed by Dora Taylor and